If you're in a neighborhood of white people and the cops are chasing you, they're going to help.
Right.
I pull the emergency brake and jump out of the car while I was rolling. The car goes, shh. I jump out. I'm running. I jump over a fence. I end up in an apartment complex. All white people.
Right.
All you hear is sirens.
Right.
Like clearly the cops are coming, right?
Yeah.
And I'm running.
And so they're picking up the phone.
This dude comes running behind me. Like while I'm running across the apartments,
Right.
the dude's running behind me. And he's yelling, "Hey, come back. The cops want you." Like, no shit. That's why I'm running. What do you, like, I'm going to turn around and be like, "Oh, they wanted me?" No shit, buddy. Dude, I've been running from the cops since I've been a little kid. Like
Right.
way before all this, I've ran from the cops a lot. And I could run fast and jump fences really good. So I'm running. This whole apartment complex has a big, tall, like 10, maybe 12-foot fence, chain link fence around it. When I get to the other side and jump the fence, the dude's like, "Oh, damn." You don't even try to jump the fence.
Right.
There's another car coming like down the road right there. He stops him. He's like, "Hey, help me get this guy. The cops are trying to get him." I'm like, what a idiot. Like, I'm already across the fence over here. We're at the fence where I jumped it. It ends up on like a real main road, like the main road in that town, right?
Right.
But I land at a gas station. When I land, I'm looking, there's a black Crown Victoria with the cop light, cop wheels, tinted windows. It doesn't look like one that somebody bought. You know,
Right.
how you can buy them from the auction.
Yeah.
It looks legitimate. I'm like, damn, I just jumped right in the frying pan. Where am I going to go? But then there's a black dude walking with dreads to go get in the car. If you're in a neighborhood of white people and the cops are chasing you, they're going to help. If you're in a black neighborhood, they're going to help you. I'm looking, there's a black Crown Victoria with the cop light, cop wheels, tinted windows. It doesn't look like one that somebody bought. You know,
Right.
how you can buy them from the auction.
Yeah.
It looks legitimate. I'm like, damn, I just jumped right in the frying pan. Where am I going to go? But then there's a black dude walking with dreads to go get in the car.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, I'm saved. I ran up on the dude that was getting in the car, like scared him. He's
Right.
like, "Hey, wait." I'm like, "Bro, give me a ride. Cops are chasing me." He's like, "Get in." I swear.
God.
Buddy's like, "Get in." He had a big fountain drink
Right.
in the passenger floorboard. When I got in, I kicked his drink over. He's like, "Don't even worry about it." He's like, "Where you want to go?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't care. Just drive. Get me out of here." Dude, when we pull out on that main road, there is cops everywhere. They're in the median. They're like driving down the wrong way on the road.
Right.
And we just blend right in.
Right. I was
Because
gonna
we're
say,
in
it
this
looks
black
just
Crown
like-
Vic. Yeah. So he takes me to the main bus station in, City Bus, the main bus terminal downtown in Jacksonville. And there was a cop there. Like there's always a cop there. They come there in their car and then they get out and walk around patrolling.
Right.
I'm like, let me out by the cop car. You know, they never expect you to do shit right in front of them.
Right.
So I get out of there and go sit on I see the cop. You know, he's not part of that chase.
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
there.
He doesn't.
Yeah, I don't have any idea what's going on. So I sit on the bus bench and then wait on the bus. Man, I got to get out of here. I got to go to Mexico. If you're in a neighborhood of white people and the cops are chasing you, they're going to help.
Yeah.
They're coming out of their house to help you. They're chasing after you to help. They're going to try to tackle you, hold you. If you're in a black neighborhood, they're like, "You go that way. We're going to tell you went that way or hide over here." They're going to help you. But the thing about running from the cops is whatever road you're on, highway, you can't stay in that vehicle. Their radio is going to be way faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I get on the highway, I hit the emergency lane. I'm doing like 175. I know I got to get off at the next exit, which is like just a mile or two, like from that exit, right? When I get off at the next exit, I immediately turn right again. That road's like a dead end road. There's woods down there. I drive down that road, ditch the motorcycle in the woods, take off running. I'm running for like probably a couple of hours. There's a helicopter flying around. I'm like hiding under shit. They were building like houses, new construction. I'm running through houses and I end up in a neighborhood full of just like white people neighborhood. I'm trying to get a ride. Everybody's like, "Oh, get away from me." And so finally I just keep running. And I don't know where I'm at because I'm in just woods. I know the area, but I've never been in these woods running around,
Right.
like going the way that I'm going right now. But finally, when I jump a fence into an apartment complex, it's like an all black apartment complex. And I know a guy that lives there.
The wire transfer I just received for you is from Shohei Otani. Oh shit. That's a problem. Good thing, but a problem, right? I have these mutual feelings here. Good because I have one of the wealthiest players in the world who's just signed a $700 million contract. He's making more money in endorsements, can lose umpteen amount of millions and it won't affect him. Bad because we all know that it's the biggest player in the world and more eyes could be on this situation. And, you know, that's not good for me either. So, but I'm already balls deep. I'm 1.3 million in. The guy's already, by the way, at this point, he moved his credit line to $1 million and has already almost tapped his whole credit line again. So he asked for more credit. Of course, I extend it. I'm greedy. I like money, and you know, I'm providing a service. He doesn't seem to be having a problem with it, and I extend him more credit.
Do you think that Ohtani is behind the bets?
Absolutely. At this point,
That's what you believe.
100%.
Okay.
Because how can an interpreter lose $1.3 million?
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, you do understand what the going rate for an interpreter is,
Yeah,
right?
and he's
Even
the highest
if we're
paid.
best friends.
Yeah, he's the highest paid interpreter. It was like 200 and something thousand at the time.
Yeah.
That's ginormous for an interpreter anyway.
You can make some big money in quick 6-hour trip. And I was like, how are we going to do that? Have you ever traveled to Colombia? You're going to smuggle back some. We're going to put it in the shoes. Nobody's going to even know. Tell them you're going to go visit your grandmother. You'll be fine. How much is it going to pay? $20 a gram. So my head, $20 a gram, 1,000 grams, $20,000. At 16, I accept the trip. Luckily, I had a passport and I went to my mother's house and took it out and she didn't even know. Got the ticket and we're on a flight to Colombia. Make it to Colombia. Somebody's waiting for me at the airport with a sign. The sign says Pacho. I get there. He's there with the sign. And he picks me up. He's like, hey, how's it going? I'm Tulio's brother. We're going to have some fun. So I hope you're ready. Takes me to his house, introduces me to his family. Everybody's there. Hey, how's it going? This is Oscar. Everybody knows why I'm coming. Pretty much I'm just partying every day, hanging out with the fellas, going to clubs, smoke weed, get him whatever he wants. You want women. I was living the life for like a good 2 weeks. So when the day comes, they tell me, all right, here's a pair of shoes. Each shoe has 300 grams. Here's a pair of sandals. We're going to put the sandals in the bag. Each pair of sandals has 300 grams. So you're going to take back, 1,200 grams. I get the shoes. I look at them. I'm like, wow, these are just normal sneakers. I mean, no one would know. I was grabbing them. I'm bending it. Like, wow, this is crazy. Put them on my feet, walk around. They're like, how does it feel? You all right? I'm like, yeah, no problem. You could walk with that? Sure, no problem. Hop on the flight, come back to the city. 6-hour flight. And it was like nothing. I just walked up. How was your trip? Oh, it was great. Thank you very much. Boom, here, stamp the passport. I was like, this is crazy. I could do this like every week.
Can I trust you? He goes, probably not. He goes, I did hide some Ponzi scheme money. Okay. I gave my wife, not much, $150,000 though. And I remember thinking, is that enough to get me a sentence reduction? So maybe a month or so later, I call my lawyer. Anything going on in there? I said, no, nothing. You sure? Nothing? It was just weird, right? Like you never wanted to talk to me before. I said, yeah, you know what? Listen to this. There's a guy here named Ron Wilson. So she types him up. She goes, oh, wow, this is a bad guy. And I said, this is what he told me. And she goes, okay, hold on. She said, look, I'll look into it for you. Okay. A week later, a correctional officer comes up to me and says, Cox, you got to go to SIS, which is internal security. So you got to go there on the next move. I go, okay. So I go there. Come here, Cox, sit down. Okay. He boop, 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 dials the phone. Here, what's going on? Like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. So I'm like, yeah, what's up? And this guy goes, hey, this is a Secret Service agent. And I'm like, yeah. He said, I understand you know where Ron Wilson hid Ponzi scheme money. I go, yeah, but I need something in writing saying you're going to give me something. And he goes, well, okay, I'll try and blah, blah, blah. He ends up sending me something saying that if they recover any money, a substantial amount of money, or anybody's indicted, they will consider it substantial assistance and reduce my sentence. What else do I have? It's all I'm going to get. So I tell him what happened. They interview Ron Wilson's wife. The next day, his wife comes in and gives him $350,000, including gold bullion, silver, because he was a silver dealer. They indict the wife and Ron Wilson. I've been emailing these people, the Secret Service, this whole time. That's pretty dangerous. If the other inmates found out, I could get a real bad beat down. But I want out of prison. And between Ron Wilson and me, it's going to be Ron Wilson. So one day, I'm walking across the compound, Cox! And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, hey Ron, what's up? And he says, you're not going to believe this. They indicted me. I'm like, huh? They indicted you? That's crazy. And he says, yeah, they indicted me and my wife and my brother. And I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. They end up taking him back to court. His wife gets like 100 hours of community service. Ron Wilson gets 6 months added onto his sentence. When I turn around and go to the court and say, hey, you said you reduced my sentence, the U.S. attorney, they ignore my requests. Then I go back to Frank and I explain it to Frank, and Frank files another 2255, goes back to the court, and the government says, we don't even know what Mr. Cox is talking about. But I had that letter. Wow. So I send that to the judge. And the judge is like, listen, they give me a lawyer. The lawyer flies down. They say, we'll give you 1 level off. We argue. We end up getting 3 levels off my sentence, which is 5 years. By the time that happens, I'm like a year away from being released. Within 6 months to a year, I'm released.
Selling drugs is probably more addictive than even using.
Well, it's got a huge recidivism rate. Fraud's got a huge recidivism rate because once you've done it and you see how easy it is, it's like, oh, I can't. I'm supposed to go work I'm working at the gym at like
McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. In the halfway house, I'm cleaning toilets at a gym, and I'm thinking, oh man, I mean, I could fill out some paperwork. I could, get a little chunk of money, just a little bit. Just
Start me a
to start me
business.
off.
Just to get a boost.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're always looking for that boost. Everybody needs that little jump start. And it's amazing that we as a society hasn't set up a system where people can get that jump start.
Did you ever think? Because I get asked this question all the time. Was there like a number that you thought? Well, once I get this much money,
My number kept changing.
Have you heard that?
Because I was. You're talking about a kid from South Central who mom was on welfare. I probably had never saw $300 before, So now you're talking about making $5,000 a day, $10,000 a day, $20,000 a day. So when I first started, I wanted to make $5,000. That was my goal. Me and my partner, we're gonna make $5,000. We're gonna fix our low riders up. We're gonna get us some wheels for our low
And
riders.
then you're gonna stop.
We're gonna stop.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna live in my mom's garage. We had fixed my mom's garage up, put some little beds in there. We just gonna, just hang out in the garage and low ride and chase girls every day.
Yeah, mine was. It started with if I could just get 100,000, and then when I had the 100,000, then it was like, if I could just get like 400, 500,000.
Well, 100,000 gonna make your money easier.